Hello! Today we are going to do a review of everything we've done so far this week so you can be prepared to take your quiz. Today, let's see. Let's first go over our conversions or our chart. 60 seconds are in 1 minute. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are 24 hours in 1 day. There are 7 days in 1 week, 12 months in a year, and 10 years in 1 decade, and 100 years in a century. So first we are going to convert. And remember, when we go from big to little, we are multiplying. And from little to big, we divide. So when we are going from minutes to seconds, that's big to little, we're going to times 4 times 60. Take your 0 off your 60 and just multiply 4 times 6, which gives you 24, and then add your 0 back. So our answer is there are 240 seconds in 4 minutes. 5 hours, I need to figure out how many minutes are in 5 hours. Hours is bigger than minutes, so we're multiplying. 5 times 60. Take off your 0 and multiply 5 times 6 and get 30, and don't forget to add your 0 back. So in 5 hours there's 300 minutes. 36 months equals how many years? Months is smaller than years, so I'm going to divide. So 36 divided by 12. Or think, what times 12 gives me 36, which is 3. So there's 36 months in 3 years. 7 decades equals how many years? Decades is bigger than years, so we're going from big to little, so we're multiplying. 7 times 10, because there's 10 years in 1 decade. 7 times 10, that should be easy, is 70. 700 years equals how many centuries? Years is smaller than centuries, so we're dividing 700 divided by, there's 100 years in 1 century, so we're going to divide by 100. So think, what times 100 gives me 700? That's 7. So we know 700 years equals 7 centuries. Last one. 240 seconds equals how many minutes? Seconds is smaller than minutes, so we're going to take 240 and divide by 60. So for this one, think, what times 6 would give me 24, and that's 4. So then 60, what times 60 gives me 240, which is 4. So 240 seconds equals 4 minutes. On this one, we have the calendar, November of 2020, and we have to answer 3 questions. What day is it 2 weeks before November 24th? Well, I find November 24th right here, and I need to go up 2 weeks. So 1, 2. November 10th is 2 weeks before November 24th. What day is 3 weeks after November 1st? And there are 30 days in November, so we're going to have to add our numbers for December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need to go 3 weeks after. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So We're going from November 1st, which is right here, and I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3. So 3 weeks after November 1st is November 22nd. I guess I didn't have to write those numbers in, did I? Last question. What would the date be 5 days after November 30th? Oh, it's a good thing I did write them in, because we need to know the 5 days after November 30th. Here's November 30th. Now I need to count 5 days after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it lands on December 5th. All right. This question here is going to be your challenge question, something similar to it on your quiz. It's a challenge question. It's a bonus question. So if you don't get it right, it's not going to count against you. But if you do get it right, then you get the points. Or it could save you. If you get one wrong, this will cover you. All right, let's read. Rebecca and her sisters went to visit their grandparents in Michigan. They drove for 3 hours, had a rest, drove for another 90 minutes, and then stopped for gas. After they stopped, she drove 50 more minutes to reach her grandparents' house. How long were they traveling in the car? Well, there's 3 hours. There's minutes, 90 minutes, and here's 50 minutes. And I want to know the least amount of hours and minutes. So I don't want just minutes. I want to know hours and minutes, which on the quiz, they're multiple choice. So we have 3 hours. That's already in hours. That's the biggest one, so that's good. 90 minutes. I need to change this into hours. And 50 minutes. I need to change this one into hours if I can also. So, 90 minutes is how many hours? Remember, minutes is smaller, so we are going from little to big, so we're going to divide. 90 divided by 60. Well, that's kind of hard because we really don't know. If we don't want to do a lot of work, 90 divided by 60, we can think, well, 1 hour has 60 minutes. So if I take 60 minutes away from that 90, I have 30 minutes left. So 90 minutes is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now I need to look at, there's 50 minutes. Well, I know there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, so that's not exactly an hour. So let's add so far we have 1 hour, or 3 hours, plus, let's add our 1 hour up here. And now I have 30 minutes and 50 minutes left to figure out. So if I add 30 plus 50, I get 80 minutes. That's more than an hour, because we know there's 60 minutes in an hour. So we're going to do the same that we did up here. Let's subtract 80 minus 60. And we get 20 minutes. So I'm subtracting this hour. So I'm going to add an hour up here. And I know this is done. There's 20 minutes left. I'm going to add my 20 because I've used all of these now. So now I'm going to add this up. 3, 4, 5 hours and 20 minutes. So they traveled in their car for 5 hours and 20 minutes. Now, I'm sure some of you could have figured out this problem in a different way, which is fine. That's great. If you want to do it on your own, you can. You don't have to do it my way, as long as you get the answer right. Good luck on your quiz, guys.